Hello everyone, this is David Moffat from Acrylic Tabletop Games, and today I'm going to paint up this little skeleton. I have a cold, so I'm not sure if my audio just sounds bad or if it's just myself that sounds bad, but it's not the best sound in the world, so I apologize for that, but I can speak well enough to get the skeleton painted. You can see over in the corner here, I've got a lot of skeletons to paint. I'm painting them up for Rangers of Shadow Deep. But you can be painting them up for just about any kind of game. And the techniques are all the same. I believe I'm going to try out a new thing today, though. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to try out Skeleton Horde. First of all, the miniatures have all been primed with Vallejo Mecha Primer, the sand, which makes a pretty great skeleton color. So I'm going to take some of this contrast, I'm going to slap it on top and see how it looks. Yeah, perfect. Alright. I'm going to take this nice size 12 natural hair brush, soak up some contrast and slap it on. Let's see how that goes. The Vallejo Mecha Primer is a satin primer, so the contrast paint should slide nicely over the surface. You just get into those little crevasses, those little bony crevasses. Pretty sure you could achieve the same result with a sepia heavy body wash, but got the Skeleton Horde to try out, so I figured, let's do it. Let's hoard up some skeletons. Alright, how's that? Looking pretty skeleton-y. Just gonna soak up a bit of the excessive pooling. It looks a little darker on camera than it does in my lighting. I do want some shadows in the bones anyway, so let's just play with it a little bit. There. There. Alright, his little bony hands are done. What next? Well, I'm going to move away from my giant brush, I think. No, you know what? I'm going to stick with my giant brush. I'm going to take some of this Reaper Master Series paint. This one's the Woodland brown. I'm going to paint the haft of his spear with it. Let's give that one a good shake up. I read somewhere that Reaper doesn't put agitators in their paints anymore, but I think some of mine still have it and some don't. Some of them make a noise like there is an agitator in there. So the reason I'm using the Woodland brown is because it has a nice light wood color to it. And I'm trying to achieve the effect of weathered wood. I don't know if the wood on these guys' equipment is coming back to life after they got resurrected. If their bones come back, does that mean the wood is resurrected too? It's come back to life a little? I'm not sure. But the wood always looks pretty healthy on skeletons, so I'm going to assume yes. But I do want it to have an old, kind of faded look, and I think the best way to start off is with a light creamy brown. Get all that up on there. Alright. There. Perfect. Oh, I didn't mention, but this guy is a Bonesium skeleton. He's a spearman, as you can see. He's pretty naked. All he's got is a spear to keep him company. But he doesn't look the worst for whatever. He looks pretty happy. I think he's alright. Alright. Next I'm going to paint up the metal to be aged, so I'm going to use Vallejo's Game Color Tinny Tin. Very nice color. Citadel's Tin Bits was my favorite color back when I used only Citadel in the 90s. And I've moved on to using Tinny Tin now that Tin Bits is no longer available. I think there's probably a new Citadel equivalent, but too bad. I'm using Reaper. Or not Reaper, Vallejo. Alright. This will make a nice aged metallic look on his equipment. And the Bonesium stuff is kind of rough, which can be helpful in a skeleton, as long as you cleared off all your mold lines, which is difficult to see if you don't pour them to get the paint on there. So now that I've primed them, I see a few mold lines on a few guys, but this guy was pretty good. He was able to clean up fairly easily. Alright. There we go. Generally when I paint, I batch paint. I find it easier to batch paint. I might do a live stream where I'm just batch painting all these guys here. You can't quite see how many there are, but there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Got 16 Skeledudes to paint up. It's going to be lots of fun. Looks like the Citadel stuff hasn't quite dried yet. I think this bone, or the wood has, so go on to the next step for the wood, which is Vallejo Model Wash for white vehicles. White. And I find putting white over a light brown gives it a pretty nice grade look. So we'll slap up some whitewash on there. Slather it on. It's helpful if there's recesses where it's sticking to as well. So it might not be for this guy. Just keep glazing it on. Moving it around. There we go. It's starting to dull down now. Ended up getting a little bit in the metallic, but that's fine. That's not going to hurt anything. There we are. Might come back and do another coat on that guy, we'll see. Alright, next up. Now we'll move on to Little Brush, I think. Let's see, is that dried in there? Nearly. There's one thing, the Citadel contrast paints don't dry nearly as quickly as regular Citadel paints. Okay. Well, let's move on to mixing the Tinny Tin with a bit of the Leadbelcher. Citadel. We'll pull a little Tinny, pull a little Leadbelcher. Make an aged metallic look. Kind of slap it on the raised portions. Try to leave the Tinny tin in the recesses. Might be a bit of a mess down there in the end. Sop it up a little. Next up, I'm going to take some of this Vallejo game color Bonewhite. I'm going to start accenting the bones. Shoulder. There, he's got big old chunky bones. So I'm just going to try to get the raised portions here. Highlight a bit of his fist. Fist bones. Do a little more there. Sternum, collarbones. That off a little. Try to feather the rib cage slightly. Try to wick off some of the paint on your brush so it's not making it down too far, or you could try to dry brush this as well. Certainly wouldn't harm anything. Just tickle the spine, feather around the back, shoulder things. Work on this arm. Work on the back. Oh, got some pulling going on there. Let's pull that out. We'll leave that to dry. We'll come back to the hand afterwards. We'll tickle his legs next. His hips. So just painting very lightly, called tickling. Just trying to barely apply any paint. Having it a bit thin is great, so you're leaving a little bit of the color underneath to show through, which helps blend it all together. So if you did have a darker spot and you accidentally put a little paint on there, it won't cover it up completely. Tickle his heels. Get a little more paint. And try to draw the toes, just very lightly. He's coming together, isn't he? Alright, come back to the hand. fingers. Tickle the thumb. Touch upon that. Maybe line his little cheekbones. Little smiling face. Usually I try to leave whatever the original color was with wash was on the teeth. So I assume most of these guys are going to have kind of yellowish teeth when they were alive. That probably didn't improve with death, I don't think. They won't clean their teeth. They came out of the grave, so. No pearly whites for these guys. Put it on there. Touch a little more up there. A little of that. A little of that. How's he looking so far? Let's see. Where's the optimal point? Yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. Better than a pre-paint. That's my goal in life, to paint better than a pre-paint. Alright. Let's come back and add some more metallic to the spearhead here. A little bit to the bottom. How's that? Not bad, not bad. Let's see. I'm going to take another pass with the whitewash now. Glaze a little more light colors on the spear haft. Should probably be wicking a bit of moisture out of my brush. I'll apply it to the haft. So it really likes to gather down there, which is alright. It's not going to affect anything too much in the long run. I do want the wood to get a bit more weathered looking. Just gotta keep moving around, playing with it. Probably would do so a little less if I wasn't just painting one single skeleton. But since I am just painting one single skeleton, there we go. We'll play with it a little more. Alright, so his bones are looking pretty good. Definitely looks like some dude risen from the grave. Or dudette, perhaps. He's kind of a dude looking guy. I think he's a dude. Take a little more of the metallic. Leadbelcher. So I'm gonna run it on the edges now, like he's been stabbing at people. Some of the rust is starting to break off. I'll probably come back into the edges one more time after. right now let's move on to getting some Liquitex titanium white acrylic ink. And I'm going to mix that in a bit with the Bonewhite to work on a bit of highlights for the head. And just a few points on the skeleton to pop out a few joints and stuff. Alright, let's see here. So around the eyes, something that we can have pop. It's always nice. Not the teeth. Just a little bit of that. We can raise it up a little here. Top of his head. Feather it down. Just a little bit. Cheekbones, yeah. There we go. Add a bit to his shoulders. To his sternum, collarbones. Here. Just a little bit there. Go on the hips. The center of the bone. Knees. Center of the shins. Let's see what we got here. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. It's already pretty good. We accentuate a bit of the fingers. Around the knuckles and stuff. It's still be a little wet over there. Yep. We won't play with that for now. Let's do the elbow points. Here. Here. Up raised part here. There. On the tops of the heels. On the shoulder plate. A couple of the spines. Just dot them. Alright. Should I do his toesies? Alright. Back to this. Yeah, I think those are the high points I want to grab there. It looks pretty good. How about that wood? Glaze it one more time. Yeah, I probably should. This time I'm going to grab a little bit of a cloth. So I can grab the wash. Mix out the moisture, just so I should have some pigment left. And dab it on. Okay. Next I'll take some of this Reaper Rust Brown. Dot the metal a little. Feather it a little. Points. I haven't really tried doing this way before. So I figured what the heck, let's try it. Should I just slap a wash on there or a rest effect? This can work a little faster for me. Just stick a little bit of paint on. That wouldn't be so bad. So So we got a lot of skeletons to do. Alright, how's that looking? Looks like he's got a rusty weapon to me. Maybe I will stick a brown wash on. Alright, which one? Which one? Some Army Painter Strong Tone here. Let's see how we like that. Oop. I haven't played around with the strong tone too much yet since I bought it. Seems like everyone in the dog swears by it. And I trust dogs as opinions. We got a nose for it. Looks pretty good. Alright. Of course now it's gotta dry. Is there anything else left to do on this guy? I'm gonna do the base later. I'll do another video on the base. But yeah, I think I just need to let that wash dry. And then I gotta stipple a little. Let's pull a little too much there. What was I talking about? Oh, I forgot. I gotta stipple a little. For sure, at least some metal back on there. I don't know if I'll brighten up the resting spots or not. I think it plays nicely with the wash. Oh heck, let's just do it now. Alright. Try to get any wash off there. These high points. And then we'll add a bit more metal. And we'll draw the line back on it a little bit here. We'll hit a couple of those bumps. Touch a couple of those spots here. Just randomly touch a few spots here. And that's it. Yeah, there's one painted skeleton. That's all you need to do. Looks pretty good to me. Let's do a super professional rotation. There we go. So now he's got the slightly weathered spear haft, slightly rusty spearhead, and those old bones. Now he just needs a nice basing and he's complete. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll see if I can make some more relevant videos on your comments. You know? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep trying my hand at making painting videos and see how it goes. This is my first one, so hopefully it was worthwhile. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.